In just 24 hours, the world might change in an irrevocable way. A new first-hand UFO whistleblower named Jake Barber is coming forward, claiming he was only 150 feet away from an anomalous egg-shaped object while flying his helicopter that was about to be recovered. On January 15th, journalist Elizabeth Vargas hosted Washington correspondent Joe Khalil. Here's what he had to say about this new UFO whistleblower, whose interview is scheduled to air this coming Saturday.
The first person to go public saying that he actually participated directly in a secret military program that he believes was to retrieve UAP or alien craft. Now, Barber says he was contracted as a helicopter pilot. He retrieved all kinds of crashed craft. Some of it, he says, top secret and explainable. Others, he says, however, he believes were non-human origin. It's not just him. We've got 3 other military veterans backing up his story on the record and on camera to NewsNation.
It's my understanding that the 3 other military veterans backing up Jake Barber are former members of the most elite Special Forces unit in the United States, known as Delta Force. Delta Force is basically the Chuck Norris of the U.S. military. Ross Coulthart was on NewsNation on January 16th and had this to say about the upcoming interview he conducted.
We're putting out a story where we've got multiple witnesses who are giving first-hand evidence of a retrieval program of, believe it or not, and I know this is confronting, alien craft. The allegation is that the United States has recovered non-human technology. And I know that's mind-blowing, but for many Americans it will be confronting, but it's real, and it really is real. And I've been talking now for 2+ years to people who work inside this program, and they're really frustrated. They want America to know about this because they're very excited about these discoveries, and they think it's time the public knew.
That is a fascinating claim by Ross Coulthart. He says he's been talking to people inside the UFO crash retrieval and back engineering program for over 2 years. And they're frustrated because they want the world to know about these discoveries. I believe these discoveries will help us all grow up. After all, what could be more humbling than realizing we're not the alpha predator on planet Earth, and that there are higher intelligences among us? Maybe that deluge of humility is exactly what humanity needs to reach the next level of spirituality and common sense. On January 4th, James Iandoli interviewed J. Christopher King, co-founder of the Experiencer Group. In the following clip, King discusses whether we actually have enough time to postpone UFO transparency in the way some of the UFO secrecy gatekeepers desire.
I can understand the responsibility of the people that feel like they're in the driver's seat in that kind of a situation. And then at the same time, it's like, are they really in the driver's seat? Are they really going to be able to deliver with the timeline that they want to deliver things in? And like, do we have enough time as a culture to wait for that? You know, there's a lot of situations, you know, here we are, we're going into 2025 and things are just getting weirder and wilder and crazier by the day. Yeah. In so many ways, you know, and it's like, do we have 20 years? Yeah. What do we have 20 years for anymore anyway, you know? And like maybe we need to grow up a little bit faster. Like maybe the only way that we can survive is to grow up a little bit faster.
Today, January 16th, Lue Elizondo uploaded a video onto his channel and spoke about this new whistleblower named Jake Barber that will be interviewed and aired this coming Saturday on NewsNation. This is what he had to say about it.
This is kind of one of the big breaks we were trying to to create an opportunity where people like this individual could come forward, a special operator with firsthand knowledge of the UAP effort that the U.S. government is behind, that has been behind for a long, long time. If it turns out to be true that these individual, by the way, his credentials are impeccable, if it turns out to be true, then and right now I don't see any reason why not. What he's saying is panning out. I haven't personally vetted the individual, but I have spent the last year and a half working with other individuals trying to facilitate these individuals to come forward, this one in particular, and to have this conversation with the American people.
So Lue framed this as a big break, something he's been trying to accomplish, and I'm sure other people in the government, former and current, have been trying to do, and other activists, which is to get someone with firsthand experience, hands-on, of this phenomenon to come forward. It looks like this individual actually was contracted on behalf of the Crash Retrieval Program as a helicopter operator. And I'll just give you my first impressions in terms of my anticipation for this interview that's going to premiere on NewsNation. I'm excited, but I'm not running a victory lap at this point because I'm going to let it play out and form my opinion over time. Certainly not prior to watching this interview on NewsNation and learning more about the situation. But what I will say is that there is a slight degree of trepidation. The trepidation isn't really, what if this doesn't pan out? We've been dealing with that for 70 plus years. There's been a cover-up, in my opinion, for 70 plus years, obfuscation, disinformation campaigns, targeting the American public and the world at large. Stigma has been the predominant vibe associated with UAP. So I'm not really necessarily so worried that this doesn't pan out. I'm more concerned about what if it does pan out? What if he comes forward, his three colleagues, as I understand it, or as I assume, they'll also be in this interview, vouching for him, former Tier 1 special operators for the U.S. military, I think Delta Force. And then this creates a domino effect that started, you could argue it started at Roswell or even before that, but it really heated up in late 2017 with the New York Times article, the 3 UAP videos, David Fravor, Lue Elizondo. Then it heated up again in 2023 with David Grush. And now it seems like it's heating up again with this individual. On January 18th. If it heats up and we keep going in this direction and the Trump administration moves in to change the policy of secrecy surrounding UAP, if this is what's unfolding, then we are on the precipice of entering a new world. And I do have a little trepidation for that because you can't enter that new world and then do a reverse and go back to where you were. That's impossible. It's kind of like when Neo took the red pill. You can't untake the red pill. That deserves a little bit of trepidation.
I think when the American people see some of the evidence that this individual has, you're going to leave some people scratching their heads. And that's okay, because I think now we're getting to the point in the conversation of disclosure where people are realizing that, yeah, this is real. It has occurred and it's continuing to occur, and our government hasn't always been completely truthful about it. I am absolutely certain there's probably really good reasons for it. I don't agree with those reasons. But with that said, I must respect those reasons, and that's why it's taken us so long, over 7 years, to get to this point. in the conversation. Because we had to do it right, and there was only one chance to do it right and a whole bunch of chances to do it wrong. Ultimately, I don't know how this is going to play out. My hope is that members of Congress will see this. My hope is that individuals in the new Trump administration will see this and begin to start asking the hard questions and do some of the things that we have made recommendations in the past to do. Things like new legislation, things like a national strategy for U.S. air domain to include anomalous phenomenon.
Notice how Lue said some of the evidence he has is going to leave us scratching our heads. So I don't exactly know what this is referencing, but as I understand it, evidence will be included in the upcoming special with Ross Coulthart. He also said, in reference to why this is taking so long, he said because the U.S. government had good reasons to postpone transparency and to cover it up. He doesn't agree with those reasons. However, and he said that's why it's taken us over 7 years to get to this place in the conversation. So he's referencing the end of 2017 all the way up to this point now, 7+ years. It's funny because I get people on Twitter who respond to me that this is going to be a nothing burger and all that. And I feel like they've lost the upper hand intellectually because nothing burgers don't have staying power for 7+ years. We're approaching a decade now. Nothing burgers, by definition, are insignificant, and insignificance does not elicit staying power of this magnitude. So I kind of enjoy it. When skeptics say that to me, I say, oh, a nothing burger. Well, that nothing burger sure has extraordinary staying powers for this to persist for 7+ years. And then the other argument I make is that if this is really just a mind virus, well, then it's a magical mind virus because it keeps going and more people are going to come forward and there's going to be more hearings. So I don't think it's a mind virus. I think we will eventually get UFO transparency, and the U.S. government will admit that they have not been honest to the American people about this enigma. I will be doing a live stream after this NewsNation special, but bear in mind, the NewsNation special with Ross Coulthart is going to be an hour, and then afterward, Ross Coulthart's doing another show that will be an hour. So that's 2 hours. So I'm going to do my live stream analysis of this event at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That gives me a half-hour buffer to prepare and to relax a little bit. The first link in the description below is a link to my upcoming live stream that's going to happen after the 2-hour continuation special on NewsNation. I hope you can make it because it's going to be a lot of fun. And I just want to give my opinion of what goes down right afterwards, as it should be. Please do not forget to subscribe. If you'd like to support this channel, you can check out my merch shop where I sell t-shirts. You could become a patron. You could become a YouTube member. You could give me a one-time donation. All those potentialities can be accessed in the description box below, or you can just slap a like on this bad boy, and I will appreciate it so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Special thanks to all YouTube members, patrons, those that have bought merch, those that have given me a one-time donation. I couldn't do it without you. Thank you so much. See you in the next episode.